In this video, I'll walk you through setting up the ASP.NET MVC version of orders.com that's configured to consume HTTP service proxies that interact with services hosted by the WebAPI project, which in turn is configured to consume in-memory data proxies to interact with in-memory data stores. Let's navigate to the solution and let's set up our MVC project and open up the dependency injection config file. This file contains information about our data proxies and business services that will be dynamically instantiated and injected into our MVC controllers at runtime. The first thing we need to do is ensure that the MVC section is commented out for our business services and that the Web API section is uncommented. The next thing we need to ensure is that our HTTP data proxy section is uncommented and the data proxy sections for all others are commented out. This is because our MVC project will be communicating with the Web API project via HTTP. So in our controllers, let's go ahead and open up Order Items Controller, navigate to our ship command, and set a breakpoint here to ensure that it's invoked as we would expect. And let's navigate to our Web API project and open the dependency injection config file. And like the MVC project, this dependency injection file contains data proxies and business services that will also be dynamically instantiated and injected into the API controllers at runtime. So here we need to ensure that the in-memory data proxy section is uncommented, which it is. And let's go ahead and open up the order items controller in our Web API project and set a breakpoint in our ship command. And because our Web API project is configured to consume our in-memory data proxy implementations, let's go ahead and set a breakpoint in our order item repository ship command. So one thing to note is that the controller actions in both our MVC and API projects invoke our commands synchronously. So going back to the MVC project order items controller, we can see that the ship command is executed synchronously. And what this is going to do is invoke a synchronous put against the injected HTTP proxy, which in turn is going to invoke the ship method of our order items controller in our API project. And it will also invoke the ship command synchronously, which will in turn invoke the synchronous version or ship method in our order item repository. So the next thing we need to ensure is that the API and MVC projects are set as startup, which they are. So let's go ahead and run the application. Let's go ahead and place a new order. We'll submit it and ship it. And here we are in the MVC order items controller. And it's going to invoke the ship command synchronously and issue a HTTP put in which the order items controller in the Web API project will handle. And here we are in the API order items controller, and it's going to invoke the ship command synchronously. And finally, we're in our in-memory data proxy implementation of order item repository. Thanks for tuning in.